really trying to keep it. Yeah, you stop playing around and take this shit serious, though. Niggas is a joke, I take it serious, though. Yo, look. If Drake shooters doing TikToks, nigga really shooter in your gang. SP's brother, y'all ain't getting shit shot. Nigga can't listen to the stick talking falsetto, saving for a hip hop. Nigga, you don't even be at home, dog. You a souvenir out the gift shop. Nigga still mad about that one hoe. We ain't even fuck, I just live locked with her. I get acting when it's wartime. I ain't even really let my dick drop. Nigga, what the fuck I heard Rick drop. Nigga talking something about a nose job. Nigga, Ozempic got a side effect of jealousy and doctor never told y'all. Niggas put a nigga in the bars, let a nigga rock. Kinda like your old job. Nigga, house sitting on some land, but it's out with no one even.
Okay, guys, we're back. Good morning. I'm doing this another morning here. We've been dancing all night, all day, all the live long day. Remember to subscribe, okay? Give a like to the video, if you like how much this game lags when I play it. Today, we're finishing off, good old whatchamacallit, Thwaka continent here with the Dolworm Kingdom story. Yes. And this one is kind of a banger. Of course, we have a little bit of traveling to do beforehand, to get there. And then later on in the episode, we'll switch to the Switch version where it's all in Japanese for KU. I know we didn't do that last episode, but I will rectify. No worries. I will rectify. And we will get some things going here. Sorry if I'm a little congested here. I am getting a tad bit sick. You know, 'tis the season. But yeah, the story here is it's pretty interesting, actually. I actually enjoy this one. You're reviving an ancient demon, as you've seen from the intro. Just like Drake, you know, reviving himself as an ancient demon in himself, you know. So I decided to do the scary hours intro. And this is just me finishing off that quest from last time. We're switching vocations to dancer to get the experience. I didn't actually level up, which is a little sad. And then we're just gonna switch back to Monster Masher and get my monster back in here to level them up more. The reason why I am grinding my monsters so much is to get the happiness up. That way I can use any monster, or I can use any class, excuse me, when I take along that monster. Right now, as you can see, his happiness is 19. We need 100. So I need a lot more happiness in life. We're getting there, you know. I feel like we're building happiness. You can just do it by fighting battles, you know, as you do. I'm happier the more battles I fight. So I went ahead and cut there to a little bit into the Dolworm Kingdom. This is the area before it, a wide open desert. I love the looks of this place. It's so vast. It's one of the biggest maps in the game, and for good reason, you know. But we've been here before on the live stream, just grinding away, doing our thing. This is a pretty good spot to gain some early levels before you can get to the good grinding spots. So if you're a crazy gooner like me and don't have the metal slimes available, it's going to be available in your first 90 days of playing. If you no longer have those available for you to level up, this is a pretty good place to supplement that. You used to level up relatively fast from the ant lions. I think they're called the scrap kings. I think they're called the green guys. But I hope everybody's doing good. Uploading this on a Wednesday. I think I'm gonna try to adhere to a schedule of uploading every day now. Every day now? Yeah, so we're just gonna do like a short every day at least, and then 3 full videos a day. I was thinking about breaking these up, but I think just to keep things consistent, I'll keep all the key emblem videos as long videos, and then I might start breaking them up into shorter parts once we get to version 2. It's a little bit easier to section them off in version 2, I think, in my opinion. I think I'll do the ending of version 1 in a couple of different parts. We just did the stream for it yesterday, and it went well. It went well. I look at the Game Awards a little bit too. Elden Ring's gonna win. But yeah, if you guys want to catch the stream, links are in the description. I'm always happy to see you there if you want to stop by. Just come correct. Come looking for questing. Come looking for progression. We'll talk it out. We'll have a good time. And no worries here, guys. I will totally turn around. Turn. I'll turn. I'll turn, and I won't go to the. Don't worry about that. Disregard that. I was probably off using the bathroom or something, but that is the benefits of a big map. You can get shit done in the real life world while you travel. So here's Dolworm Kingdom. It's a pretty cool town. I'd say it rivals Magistrus in size of the castle. Um, Probably one of the largest castles to walk through. I think it's definitely bigger than Dolworm, or not Dolworm. Well, we are Dolworm. Wow. Definitely bigger than Gartland. Um, to know Gartland was large, but this one has like 5 floors. So what we're doing here is talking to the king. I guess I'll start the story spoiler section. Actually, before I start the story spoiler section, here's the side quest we're doing today. Before we get up there, the side quest is for the Dole board to unlock features on there. I think this one's gonna unlock our boost mode, or not the boost mode, or it might unlock the a feature here. But you have to talk to a guy up top, and then you have to go into the laboratory room and get a book from the bookcase. I get my ordering wrong for this, so I think I go in the laboratory first to get the book after we talk to this guy and get sent up to the throne room. But for you guys, what you can do is just follow this guide to talk to this guy here. Like, don't do what I'm doing now. Just go up to the room to your designated spot, and the person you have to talk to is on the top floor, right before the king. So this is the laboratory will become later. Visit later. But yeah, we're doing Dole board something. A Dole board quest. And I figure it out eventually, but yeah. That's the side quest we're getting into today. We are also finishing the Dolworm Kingdom story. And this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. So it's a story, it's a tale as old as time, guys. I want you to know. There's one thing you can take away from this episode. It's to stop simping. Stop simping. Okay, so let me get into the story spoilers. Basically, you have Director Dura here. He's a scientist at the palace. He's figured out a new invention, or a new thing. When we don't know what he's doing, but he's gonna go see the king to show off his new thing. Yeah, and he's only 16. Yeah, he's pretty young. Same age as the prince. Keep that in mind. So we're going up to the king to see what Dura's experiment is. When we go up to see, it seems like Dura's experiment is there's a crystal called Miasmite that is poisonous to the touch. And Dura has figured out how to turn them into sunstones to power the jewel that gives basically this entire tower its power, the tower power, the generator for the town, because These guys do have a lot of technology, and they use this crystal in the palace to fuel it. And Dara can turn the miasmite into sunstones miraculously. And so everybody's like, okay, this is great. We'll just use the miasmite now. This is a horrible thing. We could turn it into a good thing. So they go out on a whole giant search party for the miasmite. They go to a volcano to get it. And we start simping. We start our simp course because there's a pretty girl there, with a big personality who asks us to get the jewels for her. And she has other simps too, so don't worry, we don't simp alone. We go with our simp crew and help her get the biggest jewel possible, and we get a suitable reward for that. And when we come back with this huge ass jewel, that is just comically large here. Yeah, this is the note for the quest here as well. And then we have to go back down to the library. So that's the quest, the side quest for today. But yeah, once we get the big jewel and bring it back to the palace, um, we figure out that an ancient demon has been sealed away in it. We've heard the story before in Verenard, of course. So then we got to kill the demon. And the side plot line from this whole thing is that Dura thinks he is the heir to the throne that the king threw away back in the day for reasons that I won't get into because one, they're not too important right now, and two, um, well, as we'll see, he's not actually the king's son. The king threw away a daughter, and that's how it connects to the Gadara Mountain story because the daughter is Shiri, the adoptive daughter of wow, and I forget his name, the junk guy, the junk man. His name's not that important. But yeah, here she is. She's coming back to Dolworm. I actually don't know why she visits Dolworm. I forget. They probably tell you at the end of the story, but she's back at Dolworm. She obviously knows that he's his father, but he doesn't know. He hasn't seen her in a while, so there'll be a nice reunion there and all that good stuff. And yeah, that's the gist of the story. After we defeat the demon is when the all the jewels start interacting with the jewel up top, and then we have to like save them and stuff. And that's when they find out that the relatives have been relativing. Um, Little bit of a twist, but it's not too substantial. This story, I'd say I'd give it a B. I'd give it a B. It's not that great, not that terrible. But that's the end of the story spoiler section. I'm gonna go ahead and let this one play out normally. Pretty good cutscenes all around in this episode too. Some funny moments, some graphically impressive moments. Actually, this episode was pretty hard to record because of the graphics. Like this game isn't too intensive, but there are some effects here. Um, they really don't show off well in the PC version, but they show off better in the Switch version. So we will be switching over. We'll be switching over to the Switch version with KU later on, and I'll give you some comparisons in the cutscenes as to what I'm talking about here, graphics wise, when we come to it, because there are some cool effects in this episode. All right. And the prince is a little depressed because he's got an inferiority complex. Um, he thinks he's not as good as Dura. They are the same age, so it's hard to be compared. She's learning our name, and now she's putting us to work. Yeah, yeah. But I've met a few like that. Don't disappoint me, baby simp. Yeah. Okay. So let's go along. We are going to Casadora Volcano. Castanora. Sounds a little Spanish. I like it. Um, and we're gonna collect some jewels for this generator. Get some power. Um, and yeah, so suppose I'll get into some topics today. Uh, talk about social media. Talk about social media, because a lot of people really don't realize that we really are living in two different worlds, two parallel universes that interact with each other, you know? Because this internet shit is not real life, man. It's a simulation. It's like it's like when AI tries to interact with us, and would like that's like us playing with the internet, you know? You can't control it. You can't, vibe check it. You just kind of gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with the punches, you know? And that can be a little scary, because a lot of people are scared to listen to their self, you know? But you have to listen to your own voice, your own thoughts, or else you're just, you're being drowned in the opinions of others. And we create our own voice from like the constant influence of other thoughts. But to distinguish which is truly yours and which is truly something that you just heard off the internet is it's a little hard sometimes. I implore you to learn the skill of discernment. And just really take time with yourself, guys. I know a lot of people preach this meditation bullshit. But if you're a huge gamer, I think meditation is really easy. We sit in the same place and do nothing but hold a controller for hours. So you can sit in the same place and do nothing for 5 minutes. Focus yourself. Ah, my alarm. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. I tried to shut it off quicker than it quicker than it sounded, but it didn't work. Okay, so we're back in the palace. I decided to run around there a little bit. I really like that outside area. It's very cute. Why not waste a little time, you know? And this guy is an event that I have not figured out yet. So there's a couple events that I just don't do in this game. This is one of them. I believe it's called Treasure Photos. Let me get a little voice acting going on here. What? It's all just a rumor? No, 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 no. What are you talking about? You sleep. Beyond these wonders, there's a great secret. Sorry. I get excited when it comes to the mysterious. Bad habit. The name of my name is Doko. Whoa, I don't know. Scholar Dokoro. Wonders of the world. We're researching the seven wonders of the world. Notice the seven wonders of the world, but I'm having trouble finding enough information. You seem to be a visitor. I'd like to ask you for a favor, but actually, yeah, thank you. My name is Mr. Baby. Actually, what you like to do, Mr. Baby, is travel around the world and take pictures of seven wonders scattered all over the world. So yeah, this is just an event done with your camera. It's pretty simple. You just take pictures and then you come back to him and he gives you stuff for the pictures you take, but I really don't know where the stuff is. And they don't tell you. Well, I mean, they do tell you, but they don't give you like a spot on the map or anything. And I always forget to take out the camera whenever I see weird stuff, especially since my camera is always running because we're recording. But if any of you guys want to give me any tutorials on this, I'm trying to not spread misinformation about this game. So I'm doing my best to be as accurate as possible, but some things are bound to slip through the cracks. If you're a fellow Dragon Quest X Japanese Gooner gamer, um, definitely, well, you don't have to be a Gooner, but definitely let me know if I get any facts wrong. I like to be accurate and I like to learn, I like to learn and I like to teach, but I only like to teach because I like to learn. Mhm. All about me, the life of a narcissist, life of a dragon narcissist. See, I get caught up on this. This is the little page for it in your events. You can go to content guide at any time and check all the events. And yeah, it just says it's in the palace. It doesn't give you actual destination for it or anything. But you only get orbs, mini medals, and I think there's a couple of cool emotes you can get. A couple of cute things. But no worries there. Here you can just get this book for the recipe. What is this, an axe? Yeah, Eclipse axe. And then over in the corner, you're gonna get the quest objective here. I just gotta check all the bookshelves because I didn't know it was in the corner yet. Yep. Bacteria Technology book. So we're going back to Gatara with that. We'll do that later to finish up that quest. But in case you were worried about 219 Dolworm tuning, that's how you do it. If that is not the boost quest, that is on your way to the boost quest. So we might have that next episode when we do El Tona. I still need to do that in between episode. I'm struggling on editing it because I don't know what I want to put first and last, but I have to set out a plan for it. These videos are very easy to plan because I just do the key emblem and I just go, you know? So. But nevertheless, I will probably upload that pretty soon. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna try to do one video a day. One a day. At least one. I do two sometimes. But yeah, that's one video or short. I just want to interact with the channel once a day, you know? Get some stuff done. So yeah, we're gonna jump out here. We are in front of the volcano in the East Desert right now. Got a lot of lag. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about, graphically intense places. Basically, this whole section is just very, very glitchy because, um, yeah, as you can see, it actually crashed here as well. Um, because the lighting effects in the volcano. And they show up okay on here, a little bit, but on the Switch version they show up a lot better. So let me show you guys what I mean here. I'm gonna switch over to KU. Yeah, we're just gonna switch over to KU real quick here and just show you guys what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so as you can see here, oh my goodness, my voice wants to work in this morning. You can see here, the lighting is a little bit better, a little more stable, not as much lag, you know. The lighting is actually immaculate in this cave because the lava gives off this crazy glow. And I believe that's what most of the performance issues come from. You're going to see the glow gets more intense as we go deeper into the cave here. Also, we got a dragon. Also, we have a dragon. One of the cooler mounts in the game. It does make you feel like you're moving slower because he's so big. But I like this mount. I went ahead and bought it because I have a lot of money. And I wanted a mount. But yeah. We're gonna do most of the rest of the game, rest of this episode, on the Switch version. Um, it's gonna be the second to last group of cutscenes. So we're gonna be in the English version, just because I like the dialogue in those. And then we're gonna do this last section all during Switch. All right, so enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Right now we're in this volcano getting our jewels on, getting our jewels rocked. And we get weapons. What do we get? An axe? A hammer? A hammer. Volcano hammer. Okay. Good items. I do like hammers. We are using the paladin, so we'll be able to utilize that hammer pretty soon here. Yeah, but guys, I am definitely running low on topics to talk about here, so if you guys have anything you want to chat about, just let me know. Um, I'll always find things. What I like to do is just, go online, see what opinions people have and how my life experiences connect to those. So, you know, I'll just do more of the same things with this community as well, I suppose. Give me your thoughts. I will regurgitate mine. All that good stuff. Um, but it is a good idea to separate your thoughts and your feelings. Now that we're thinking into the deep thoughts and whatnot, because our emotions and how we feel about things and our actual like thoughts and opinions are two different things. They're two different, at least they should be for most people. Some people, they meld together a little bit too much, and you can't discern which is um, which can often lead to misconstruing your own thoughts and, horrible negative thought patterns and, you thinking you're a terrible person or just terrible outcomes like that. So let's take a step back here. Whenever you have a thought about someone else's criticism or whatever, you have to separate that from the emotion that you feel, you know, maybe fear, maybe anxiety, maybe frustration or whatever, but you have to intellectualize it. Um, and really unpack that, because if we don't sit with our own emotions and just feel them, in ourselves, because that's what we're in charge of, our own buses, our own vehicles, our own trucks. So if we don't sit with ourselves and clean our fucking cars, oh my gosh, guys, how many of you have gotten a ride from a girl and the car is dirty as shit and they're always like, oh, I'm so sorry, my car is so dirty. I'm like, dog, we gotta clean our cars, man. Just like your mind, you have to clean your mind and filter out those things which don't serve us in the immediate moments. And that just comes with allowing yourself permission to feel. A lot of guys don't allow themselves permission to feel anything but anger, which is not healthy. Um, you gotta feel sad, you gotta feel anxious. You gotta feel afraid, threatened. You need a range. We can't just focus on the positive because then um, it won't be as positive in the future. Here we got some salamanders. They're angry that we entrenched on their turf. So we're gonna smack them a little bit here. This boss, pretty simple. There are some obstacles in the way here, as you can see. Most of the battlefields in this game are just circles. This one's a little bit different. It's like a peninsula, a little cliff edge. So they cut me off at the little rock formation there on the side. But as you can see, we're already almost done here. Not too crazy of a boss, but this is just the first of two. Yeah, Senna is wrecking them. She has all that Xenoblade experience, so she doesn't have to work hard, really. Gotta level up for the pet. Level 30 now. Got a little bit of happiness too. We need that. You get happiness easy from bosses, so think about that. You need like 80 more bosses. That's simple. I'm pretty sure there's 80 bosses in this game I could fight. 80 strong enemies. Yep. And look at that, a seal? And then the The simps are like, shouldn't we not break the seal? And then she's like, take that shit off. Look at this huge diamond. That's mine. And he's like, well, shouldn't we put that back because it seems pretty dangerous? And she's like, yeah, you can guess what she said. All right, and so they dig it up, and we're gonna bring it back to the castle. And it looks like it was what? Way bigger than we thought. That's what I say about me. That was disturbing. I apologize. How did they get a cloth that big? I swear it wasn't that big before. I swear it wasn't that. Oh yeah, and this is our prize for helping her, of course. Suitable. Suitable for simping. Guys, that is what you get for simping. Come on now. Let's be real here. It's not gonna be a worthy reward. It will be a reward though, so if you ever thought, man, I don't get anything for simping, you do get something. You do get something. It's like I simp for the love of the game. Okay, let me stop. We're going back to the English version here. For the cutscene, we're gonna start off with a little bit of scene. So that was a little. Oh, nothing. Yeah, so that was a little poem about the tragedy that befall the kingdom beforehand. Dolworm had to give up a child back in the day to save the kingdom from a sealed demon, yada yada yada. In order to save the kingdom, he had to give up one of his children's, and they went to live in Mount Gadara with an adoptive. Well, I'm not going to get into that, but anyways, uh, yeah, we give him our little crystal. He's like, yeah, thanks for you get a little monster reward. I think we got 50 gold there. I wonder how much gold they're going to get for that. Because if we got 50, they're probably getting 50K. Probably more. Yeah, he's afraid. Nobody's like, shouldn't we not be bringing this much miasmite in here? Yeah. Don't worry, guys. It'll be fine. Don't worry, guys. This is a completely accurate and wise plan. We'll just fuse this with our generator, and we'll have power for the rest of our lives. I like this little detail when they take the researchers back. I always thought they would need more researchers to carry it in, but they still need to. These scientist guys are pretty beefy as well. Or science bros. So we're almost done with this cutscene. We're going up to the throne now. I'll just cut there to the next one. This is also going to be in English. So, back at the throne, everybody went and gathered jewels too. That's where all the other ones came from. And we have a little bit of a um, plot twist here coming up. Of course, you don't expect the big jewel to not have something fun inside. There's just like find an Easter egg with nothing in it. All right. Never lose its glow ever again, you say. Well, that don't look good. Purple Haze. I do like Purple Haze though. It's a good strain. Cute scary hours. Oh shit. And there he is, people. What a fantastic design. I actually do like this design, honestly. As far as bosses go, it's pretty cool. It's got the wings and whatnot. Um, yeah, this guy's plan was to speak to Dura's mind and tell him to purify the sunstones because he was trapped in one of the miasmite. So he's the one who told him he could purify the sunstones. And he thought that was God. Well, I mean, it was a God of some sort. But see, this just tells you, man, don't be too delusional. So this is where Dura's gonna tell us that he is a member of the royal family, all that good stuff. He's saying he's the one they abandoned back in the day. Prince Rameza. I don't think I've said that right one time this episode, but that'll be the first. He's surprised because he was drooling over how amazing this guy is because of his invention. And now he's like, that's my brother. So now we're all going to the Bonerous Hole to kill this demon. And we're gonna see how this one goes here. So here we go. Go ahead and warp to the outside here. We're going back to KU. So the rest of the episode will be on the Switch. I just think it looks prettier. I just think it looks prettier. You don't really need the English anymore. The last couple scenes are pretty self-explanatory. If you saw my story spoiler section, you didn't skip the story spoilers, did you? Okay. Yep. Traveling along, one of my favorite parts of this game. So yeah, I'll go ahead and give a couple more topics here. I think, yeah, those thoughts and emotions and whatnot. And a lot of people discount the power of the simple task of reflection, you know? I say every day if you have a job, if you go to school, um, if you have an activity that you have to do outside of your house, I'd say taking a few minutes to just sit back and reflect on your actions, other people's actions around you, especially if it was a painful day, especially if it was a painful day, because pain plus reflection equals progress. It's a simple equation, but a lot of people neglect one of the halves of it. Um, no pain, no gain, but you can't just go through all this pain um, without analyzing it, without saying, how could I make the next day less painful? Without saying, how can I make this pain more beneficial to me? Because pain is your greatest teacher. So if you reflect on it, um, you'll go somewhere. I can't tell you where you're gonna go because I'm not in your life, but you'll go somewhere. And going somewhere should always be our goal in life. You can't stay stagnant. I say that's my greatest fear. It's just not getting better, not progressing into something. And if there's one thing you can find solace in is that we're always progressing into something. It just may not be what you want. It may not be profitable. It may not be better, but you're always moving in a direction. It's very hard to stay still in this life, in this fast-paced life. I might have to turn this volume down a little bit in post. Still feels a little loud. I don't know. I'll see how it sounds with my commentary. Got some shoes. Those are raven boots. Cool. Yeah, I like the Dolworm Kingdom sand pits and whatnot. They're all right. They're all right. I feel like every country, every region has some favorite areas for me. Um, yeah, yeah, probably every country's got like one or two favorite areas for me. I'd say this is probably my least favorite one, but it's got some cool areas. It's got some cool quests. I like the Sovereign quest. That was a fun one. There are cool set pieces in every region of this game, so you're not too starved for graphical fidelity, whichever race you start out as. No problem there. No problems there. Um, yeah. Another weapon. I'm just getting weapons on weapons. So probably won't be getting as many next episode. The wise thing to do with that reflection is to control your three M's. When you reflect on a bad day, it's probably because of one of the three M's. Unless it's just like some actual physical pain that you're going through, then I guess it does still deal with the three M's a little bit. So the three M's are your mouth, your money, and your mind. If you control those three, you'll be unstoppable in the world, you know? So whenever we reflect, we have to reflect on those things because you can't really like, let's not reflect on what people did to us. We can't really control that. So when I say reflect, just reflect on how much you spent, what did you say, where was your mind at? Oh yeah. The mind is the big part though. Because that can deal with a lot of things. A lot of our bad days are just mindset. Because I really don't feel like there are bad days, guys, just bad moments that we elongate into a full day. You know? Nobody, well, I don't say nobody, but you usually don't get out of bed and say, well, this one's wrecked, you know? And there's no coming back from this. And if you do, that's probably disorder. And I'm sorry for um, invalidating you in your lifestyle. Everyone's a little different. Everyone's a little different, but most people, when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, um, you always have that option to switch over your mindset and get on the right side of the day, because that's just your get up out of bed, you know? You can't let that shit ride on you. It's just a moment in your morning. And I try to not let that ride on me. I know I've had a couple of bad mornings. Today wasn't the greatest of morning either. Um, just unfulfilled promises to myself, you know. I like to sustain myself, and the confidence grows um, the more we keep our promises. So sometimes when we can't or we struggle to, then the mornings can be a little shitty. But I say, let me turn this around, do a little commentary, do a little editing, and have some fun. Switch my morning around. I'm not gonna let the bad juju, the bad Jumanji, vibe me out. Because it can. It can. It can easily just get in your head. But if you control those three M's, And mind and mouth are intrinsically connected, you know? So are mind and money. But yeah, I'd say they're all intrinsically connected to each other. One will fuel the other into an action. Um, but we have to remember our words and actions have consequences. And so do our thoughts. Our thoughts have consequences that aren't readily seen immediately. They're like future consequences. But the more you think about something, the more you think up something, it'll materialize in your life. I promise you. Promise you. So if we control these three M's, if I can control my character and walk in a straight line, if we control our three M's, our life will change. Our life will change. Ah, yeah, indeed. A couple more battles here until we get to the Bonorous Hole. We actually don't have too much longer to go in this episode. I think I'll get into one more topic. I'll do one more thing, and the subject of this one is vulnerability and conflict. Vulnerability and conflict, and I think I have the um, opinion. Because I feel like it is an opinion because this isn't in all situations, but I think vulnerability is the number one conflict solver. Number one, vulnerability. You know, if well, peaceful conflict solver. You know, if we're two guys and one of them says to the other one, you fucking you're a fuckhead. You know, being vulnerable could solve that peacefully, but another way to solve it is anyways, getting your axe out and slapping a slime. Um, but yeah, for peaceful conflict resolution, vulnerability will always solve it. Whenever someone says something or criticizes you in a way, um, you got to really unpack that and be like, okay, well, if you didn't provide a why is your why? What is your need that's not being met here? And when we can get to the root of that, when we can get to the root of that, when we can get to the root of the needs not being met and the emotion being portrayed, um, conflict resolution is nothing but possible. If you have two understanding parties that are willing to make a change, um, conflict resolution is nothing but possible. So, as guys, we have to be comfortable with communicating our vulnerability in safe ways. Because, like, I'm not telling you guys, spill all your secrets. I have horrible anxiety about my dick size. I'm not saying like, you know, spill all your secrets and be extra vulnerable to everybody. But I'd say if someone's being rude to you, standoffish, anything really, let them or be vulnerable enough to give them the space to uh, um, show you their real problems, what's really underneath their um, conflict, because it's usually not a problem with you, it's a problem with themselves. It's a problem with themselves that they try to push on you, and make you take responsibility for. A lot of people don't want to hold responsibility for their own emotions because they are so wild, they are so vast and over encompassing. our emotions can be a scary thing. And when you think I'm the driver of the ship, I'm the one controlling all of these, it's like having a giant gun, you know? Having a giant gun. This is not a regular pistol. This is like a bazooka, and it's aimed at your face at all times. And you got your own finger on the trigger. Um, and at any point when it gets exploded, it's all your fault, you know? A lot of people don't view it that way. It's the way I view it. It's the way I view it. Because a lot of times, people just hold back these emotions until they are that big. Um, and then it's like a bazooka exploding on yourself. Because when we have these emotional outbursts, it's mostly it's affecting other people, but it's mostly affecting our environment, ourselves, you know? I mean, you're interacting, you're affecting other people, but you're not making them feel sad. You know, they may have a wave of sadness, but you're not changing their entire output with your input. You know, we're not we're not HDMI cords. Somebody can't walk up to you angry and change your entire perspective on the day to um, a frustrated one. They can't do that. You have to do it yourself. You are a partaker in that combination, you know? It's like chocolate and milk, you know? The chocolate and the milk both played a part in making chocolate milk. It's not just the milk's fault, it's not just the chocolate's fault, you know? So if you think about it that way, you take massive ownership over it. Here's a scythe, that's cool. I don't think I'll use scythes with this character, but it's wise to just pick it all up. Just pick it all up. Yep, we both play a part, and oh yeah, that massive ownership can be. Oh man, that was a good stretch. That was a good stretch. I don't know if you guys heard that pops thing, but that felt really good. That reminded me that I do need to stretch this morning, so that's good. Um, and I had an ending to this conversation that I wanted to do. The ownership over our emotions. Yeah. Um, yeah. Just own it. You know, it makes us feel more powerful. And I say, you can't fake money, but you can definitely fake power until you have it, until you actually have it. You know, it's just like confidence. Um, if you feel in yourself that you are powerful, you will be powerful eventually. You just delude yourself like that. And that's one way to take back power from people in the world. Um, just own your shit. Own your shit, you know? Own your own life. Own the life. Don't be um a follower of all these random motherfuckers who just um drown in their own misery. Speaking of drowning, you guys ready to fight an underwater boss? Let's go. That is such a cool drop. The Fallen. So yeah, this is the battlefield for most of the coin bosses. This is the undersea temple in Dolworm, where Cuckoo Cannibal was sealed. I think it's a pretty cool boss arena. It's not too graphically intensive either, so makes it pretty easy to run on the PC version. For your coin bosses, a lot of times I can run coin bosses and do other things in the meantime. on the PC, like rendering. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. This boss is pretty easy. He's got 3 parts to him, and the wings do attack. They don't have that much health though. As you can see, we're probably gonna kill them with this first hit. Or he's gonna kill me with the first hit. Right. Right. I forgot I'm weak! I don't think I ever explained Druid. Druid can summon, spirits. Got 4 different spirits you can summon. That is Klashimi there, the healer spirit. And Klashimi's basically just gonna do... She's gonna do ice magic. She's gonna heal us. She's gonna buff us. She's gonna do normal magic healer stuff, so... I'd say if you are doing the solo run, the Druid is a very, very good class to invest in, because you basically get a 4th party member. And the spirits can't die, and they can be summoned an unlimited amount of time, as long as you have MP. They last for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on what level they are. And my spirit is the max level. Max level is 120. Good old level 120 spirits. And yeah, I am max level too. The max level in this game is 133 at the moment. I think they're about to raise the level cap at the end of version 7. Not entirely sure. I think what's coming in version 7 is like a level cap raise and a new class. New class is usually in the middle of the version, so we might be getting it in a couple of months here. 7.3. 7.2 just released, so I would say look at this channel next month. I will definitely be covering the new class, because I like the new classes. I enjoy Dragon Master, and I enjoy Guardian. I'll show that off at some point as well. But yeah, we are done with Cuckoo. 43 now. Pet gained a little bit of experience too. Got the level up there. And Cuckoo is going back to the grave. Don't worry, Dura is here to save the day. I think he actually does save the day. I was right. Yes, thank you, Dura. Amazing. And he's dead. Ugh. How can I be defeated? Ugh. Alright. Y'all couldn't beat that guy back in the day? Wow. Don't worry, the prince is here to save the day again. Yeah, he took a while because he had to get his guards here. And then Dura's gonna get mad at him for taking so long. Because they have a great relationship. I love the animations in this game. He just looks so fed up with his shit. Alright, Ramiza, let's go back to the castle. Stop being so sad, man. Get happy. Alright. And back to the castle we go. Don't forget the treasure and the purple orb. Not the purple orb, the bonus orb. It's some kind of orb, I know. So I will tell you what we're going to use those bonus orbs for in a little bit. You get a lot. Because you get 1 per key emblem. So right now we have 8. We're going to have about 10. And they give you double experience for 30 minutes for the whole party. And it's going to be very helpful for us. So I'm doing the solo run. I'm going to need experience for my party. So we have places to use those. I'm going to wait till version 2. Wait till version 2. And we're going to warp back to Dolworm now. No worries there. Yeah, let me see if I can wrap these talks up in all in one little nice little bow for you at the end of the episode here. We talked about social media versus the real world. We talked about some progress and listening to your own voice. I say this is your cue to lock in to your own self and just reflect on your days. I'd say that's the takeaway from today, you know? Reflection. Oh, that was complexion, reflection. I was thinking the Kendrick Lamar song. Yeah. Yeah, that lyric wouldn't even make sense, you know? Reflection don't mean a thing. Yeah, that don't make sense. But nevertheless, reflection does mean something. I think if there's one thing you can take away from today, it's just, take a second, look at yourself a little bit. Um, our habits are our reality. Okay? So if you remember that, um, just know that we create our own destiny with what we do. hmm And here we are back at the palace, gonna get our prize from the king, and nothing bad will happen at all. So this last cutscene is basically where the king's about to give us the prize here, and then we find out the secret of the long lost child of Dolworm, the child that got abandoned back in the day. Uh, was it Prince? Not Prince. Dura? Was it Director Dura? Hmm. So he still doesn't believe him that it's Director Dura. Now Dura's gonna prove it by stopping the Sunstone from overpowering itself with his royal powers. King's not even gonna help him. And then he's like, it's not stopping. So yeah, this is just basically him trying his hardest. But it's hard when you don't have that self-reflective skill. You need events like this to sort of bring you back to reality here. Yeah, a little depressing, but he is not royal blood. He is not royal blood. She's gonna yell at the king. The king's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I guess I should do something." So the king's gonna try and do it. As you can see here, his power is not nearly enough. hmm And now she's gonna try and get the prince to do it because we need royal blood to do it. So we'll see if the prince can. Prince is a little depressed here. So is Dura. Everybody's sad. And then you're over here thinking like, why is she here? Oh wait, yeah. So she is the actual child from the royal family. Yes, the adoptive daughter of Junkman. Um, is the Dolworm royalty, you know? And Ramisa is a little bit happier because she was actually nice to him. So he's like, I have a nice sister who believes in me. I can do this. Oh my God, there's my alarm again. I have an alarm for 7 and 8. So I've been recording for an hour. All right. And then how this actually works is kind of funny. It's always this. So something like this in this game to give you a nice feel good atmosphere. So the guy who was down on himself the whole time actually did it. Yep, yep. And that's what the power of reflection can do for you guys, if he just looked at himself and been like, I am kind of the shit. Instead he was just looking at all the bad things. But I'm talking that true, non-conscientious, non-biased, just staring at the facts. Because, there had to be some kind of signs that you had this kind of magic power, Ramiza. Like, come on, man. So yeah, once he gets his confidence, he'll be an unstoppable force. We figured out who the relative was, so the king is very happy to see his daughter. Dura's a little embarrassed. He actually offers to quit the working with the king because he is the director, the head of the laboratory. Oh yeah, and then the king's like, "Please come back, live at the castle." And she's like, "Nope, I like my adopted dad. I like that junky, crazy idiot." So she also likes wearing that skirt. She likes the short skirts. We can tell. We can tell. She needs the shortest skirts possible. So we have the ending of the story here. Director Dura is coming with us. He will be not coming with us. He will be in the story later, though. This is not the end of seeing Director Dura. We don't see too much more of Prince. We do see more Director Dura here. And catch them in a couple of versions. Version 2 strays away from a lot of the characters here, but we'll get into that later. Next time, guys, we're doing the elf story. Remember to subscribe. And I'm gonna have KU go over here and sit next to the king. And then we'll be done. Enjoy. Everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. And I will catch you next time.